Are you ready for some football? Check out DraftKings, trading almost a touchdown higher today after the sports betting company inked an exclusive deal with the NFL's New York Giants, and the Big Ten announced it would begin its football season in October. For more on today's big move, let's bring in Jefferies senior gaming analyst and fast money friend, David Katz. David, always good to get your take on this. In terms of these two news items, how should we think about it in terms of what this means for DraftKings revenue?
Look, I think whatever we can see to expand the amount of content that's available on which to bet is helpful, is supportive. And, this is a game of revenue, and the stock is being valued on revenue. We have it at about 38 times our 2020 revenue estimate. And so at some point, this will come down to technology and execution. But for the moment, this is about the ability to generate revenue. And what we've seen DraftKings do, Melissa, is, market heavily. Their communications with us have been that they intend to, get there first, to capture as many customers as they can and generate as much revenue as possible. And the more football there is, and the more relationships there are to capture that football, the better.
In terms of Big Ten specifically, in the past, how much betting can be attributed to Big Ten games?
I don't know that it's fair to put some math on what the Big Ten can do in terms of math. What we do know is that football in general captures something like 40% of all of the wagering that has gone on over the past 12 months in New Jersey, just as a reference point. And so the addition of football in the Big Ten, which, obviously draws an awful lot of eyeballs. And as I said earlier, this is a race for eyeballs. It is certainly helpful. But I think it's too early to put some math on that.
All right. David, thanks for phoning in. Appreciate it. David Katz of Jefferies. Guy Adami, what do you make of DraftKings, especially the tie-up with the Giants? Because they are after more and more relationships with teams and players.
Well, as a Giant fan, it's clear DraftKings is starting from the bottom and moving their way higher. But, it's a good development. This is one thing we have said, and this is not Monday Morning Quarter. No, I'm just saying, we have said for a while now that they could stop sports tomorrow and you still buy DraftKings. And I'll stand by that. And maybe it's stretched now, but I do think the stock goes higher. And I'll say one other thing. I think Disney got a stake in DraftKings vis-a-vis the Fox deal, I think. But with that said, they should have, and we talked about this a while ago, they should have been prescient enough to gobble the entire thing up, understanding that it probably doesn't fit under their purview historically. But, sometimes you got to think, I hate the phrase, but you got to think outside the box.